Okay, it looks like we have officially rolled over to 10 o'clock. So we're ready to open some new products tonight. It's new release day, yay. So what came out today, of course, was National Treasures football, as well as Gypsy Queen baseball. And we're going to open a half case of each one of those tonight. And Gypsy Queen will probably keep opening in half case quantities just because of the number of cards in there. It's a lot. But for National Treasures, we'll start moving into full case breaks after tonight. I just have one place that gave me an extra half case, so I said, all right, we'll take it and break it. So there you go. Before we get started, we always run through a little information, so let's take a look at that right now. First up, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So what that means to you is when you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. You don't ever have to wait for me to get caught up or get around to it or find time for it, etc. It should be instantaneous for you. The second part of that is to say thank you. I always appreciate everyone who bids with me, who breaks with me, who comes in and chats with me, and all of that stuff. Next up, we're going to take a quick look at the breaks that are coming up for the next 5 days. These are breaks that are already listed on eBay, up and available now, along with the date that they break. So tomorrow night, Thursday, we're going to do an autographed football jersey, a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures football, and the back half of a case of Contenders basketball. That is the last of the Contenders basketball. On Friday, we will open an autographed full-size football helmet, a full case of National Treasures football, and the back half of the Gypsy Queen case that we're going to start tonight. On Saturday, we'll open some 2007 Upper Deck Premier, 2013 Playbook, 2012-13 Gold Standard Basketball, and a quarter of a case of 2017-18 Donruss Basketball. Going back to look for those next day autographs that have been soaring in price lately. On Sunday, we will open a half case of Heritage Baseball. That will be the start of a new case, and that's all we're going to open on Sunday. On Monday, a Gold Rush football helmet, some Lux football from 2015, some 2010 plates and patches, and a full case of Select Basketball, which is the last of the Select Basketball as well. So that is what the next 5 days look like. We'll probably break some more National Treasures and some more Gypsy Queen on Tuesday night. Of course, we've already got more coming Friday, and we'll do probably more Tuesday of next week as well. For tonight, we don't have any free shipping breaks tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. Everything is paid shipping, and I'm anticipating that this stuff will go out on Saturday. That's National Treasures and Gypsy Queen. I doubt very seriously I can get it out earlier than that because I have quite a bit ahead of it. It is always possible that it could slide into Monday. That's why it always says plus or minus a day, but my best guess is Saturday. The other thing to pay attention to, if you do not pull a card, which you will in Gypsy Queen, but in National Treasures, it's possible that your team might not pull a card. You're still entitled to consolation card or cards, and normally those would ship with your next hit, but because it is a paid break tonight with National Treasures, it will ship with everything else if you have a consolation coming. First up this evening, 2 boxes of 2017 National Treasures football. This is a half case break. It is break number 1. It ended tonight, the 21st of March. That's also its release day, and we're live streaming it tonight. We started at 10 Eastern. Our team names are on the left. Your name in light says the winning bidder across from it on the right-hand side. We'll take a minute to scroll down through here so everybody can get their mojo working and try to conjure up something good for your team. And of course that spreadsheet will go up for Gypsy Queen when we get to that break. So if you're not in this one, you will see the spreadsheet for Gypsy Queen before we start that break. You're going to notice the focus changing here. That is by design. You're still going to be able to see the cards without any problems. It just takes the background out of focus so we don't have to deal with all that crazy autofocus mess that can go on from time to time. If you are watching the break live and you cannot see chat and can't figure out how to participate in chat, Couple of things to know about that. The first one is you need to be logged into YouTube to see it. The second thing, if you are on a mobile device, a tablet or a phone, you will probably have to click on the link that says view the desktop version before you would be able to see chat. So, of course, NT Football, always an awesome release, one that we look forward to every year. Always has awesome stuff in it, and I'm sure tonight is going to be no exception. And besides what we're breaking tonight, we'll have four or five more full cases that we'll break of this over the next week to 10 days. So if you like National Treasures, there's going to be plenty more to come. Well, maybe I did not get, I guess I did get it cut all the way, but the lid is a little tight in there tonight, not wanting to come out and cooperate with us this evening. All right, let me get some sleeves out here on the table and we'll start looking at this. And if you want a one-touch case for anything that you pull in this break or any other break with me, jump into chat and let me know. Send me a message on eBay and let me know. The cost is going to be around $3 unless it's for a booklet or something unusually sized. Otherwise, you're looking at $3. That would include PayPal fees, etc. Eddie Vanderdoes, 249 for the Raiders, is first out. And that was a sticker auto, if I didn't say that. Here's an Andrew Luck to 5 for the Colts. And of course, I only got out one size sleeve because I wasn't thinking. So let's get the other one in here. Well, and then I still grabbed the wrong size. Isn't that smart of me? So Andrew Luck to 5 for the Colts. To 99, we have Carlos Henderson, dual materials for the Broncos. Next up, a nice patch for Jay Cutler to 49. Got a little 4-color patch there for the Dolphins. Then we have Colossal wow, what is going on? Colossal Pro Bowl materials. I'll get it out in a minute. To 99, that is DeMarco Murray for the Tennessee Titans. For the Browns, we have materials to 99, David Njoku and Deshaun Kaiser. Little dual material hit there. For the Titans, we have Muhammad. I can't say his first name. It's to 99. It is also a sticker auto. Have a little booklet. We're going to set that aside for a hot second. Davis Webb to 99. Nice big patch there on card signature for the Giants. Next out is Mike Williams, hard signed on card to 99 for the Chargers. And then our booklet to 99 is Corey Davis. And it's the last in the series. It's number 99 of 99. I always like that when it's first in the series or last in the series. So we've got a nice hard signed auto, a big 3-color patch over there on the right hand side. Nice looking little booklet there for the Titans. That is box 1 completed. So let's take a look and see what we've got waiting for us here in box number 2. Kelvin Benjamin to 99. And that is, let me get these boxes out of the way. It's for the Buffalo Bills. I guess everybody's seen by now Zay Jones from last night. That was some crazy stuff, wasn't it? Man, I don't know what is going on with that kid, but that was not good. It's a good thing his brother was there. A nice little 1-of-1 Joe Namath printing plate for the Jets. How about you, Jets? Always good to pull a 1-of-1. Even better when it's Joe Namath. Century Collection Dak Prescott /99 for the Cowboys. Here comes Alvin Kamara /99 dual relic for the Saints. Another Pro Bowl material. Oh, actually, I guess this is not from Pro Bowl. This is Colossal Materials, just not Pro Bowl. It is numbered /25 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a little Jameis Winston. The Broncos dual materials Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. That is /99. Dolphins with another hit, Raekwon McMillan /99. That again is a sticker autograph. Carolina Panthers /99. How about a nice on-card auto? And it's kind of a, you know, like they could have given us a 2-color patch, but at least it's a nice big patch. Curtis Samuel for the Carolina Panthers. Oh, somebody's about to be super happy. Oh, sorry. No, it's Allen Robinson. I saw the Jags and I thought it was going to be Leonard Fournette. Well, if you're the Jags, you're probably still happy, but you're not Leonard Fournette happy. This is /99. It is a nice 4-color patch, hard signed Allen Robinson. However, the Saints are officially very happy. Alvin Kamara on card /99 with a relic as well. So let's recap. Pretty much everything in here is a hit, so we'll just kind of quickly go through it all again in case someone missed it the first time, or you tuned in late, or you just want to take another look at your cards. We'll do another quick pass through our hits out of these 2 boxes of National Treasures. And again, all of our other National Treasures beyond obviously what we've done here tonight, everything else will be full boxes. Or full cases, I mean, which is 4 boxes. It just so happened that I had an opportunity to buy the extra half case and decided to take it because you can never have too much National Treasures. And of course, we've got our 1-of-1 hit coming up next with Mr. Joe Namath for the Jets. Very nice. Printing plate. Mike Williams. Davis Webb. Muhammad. Both of the Browns. Njoku and Kaiser. Pro Bowl materials. Jay Cutler as a Dolphin. That's kind of a forgettable stretch, isn't it? Jay Cutler as a Dolphin. Just a little bit, I think. Anyway, nice little Andrew Luck /5 on the Colts. And then the Vanderdost for the Raiders. So that has our half case, our 2 boxes, which is a half case of National Treasures, all wrapped up for tonight. So if my football folks are taking off, let me take an opportunity to once again say thank you. I always appreciate each and every one of you. I hope I'll see you again when we break a full case of NT on Friday night. If not before, there's always something else going on, but that's what we've got next for NT. Will be a full case on Friday night. Let me go back to get our spreadsheet set up here, and we'll get ready for Gypsy Queen. So once again, I'm anticipating Saturday to be the shipping date. It is always plus or minus a day. Obviously, there's no mail on Sunday, so if it ended up going plus a day, that would mean it didn't get out until Monday. Minus a day would be Friday. I think that's probably unlikely based on what's ahead of it in the list, but you never know. I might get lucky and get it out on Friday. So next up is I've got 6 boxes. That is incorrect. I don't know why I typed 6. It's 5 boxes because this is a 10-box case, not a 12-box case. So 5 boxes of 2018 Gypsy Queen Baseball, which is a half case. And this is break number 1. It just came out today on the 21st of March. And same format as before. You're going to see team names on one side, winning bidders across from it on the opposite side. And what we will do with this, because it is a brand new case that we're just busting into, I'm going to take all 10 of the boxes out and I will number each one of them on the end. And then we will put 1 through 10 in random.org, and random will give us the 5 boxes that we opened tonight. The 5 that remain will be opened on, I think it was Friday night, right? Did I have this scheduled next? I think it's Friday night. That is how I typically do cases when we're breaking just part of a case and we're opening a case for the first time. This is usually what I do. Take it all out, number it, and let random determine it. That way everything is very transparent and everybody knows how we determine what boxes are opened and all that stuff. You guys are being super quiet tonight in chat. Like, I'm surprised that nobody's saying anything tonight. Everybody must be midweek blues, right? We're all just kind of in that midweek doldrums where we want the snow to go away and spring to be here for good and for it to be Friday night. At least that's how I feel about it. So once again, this is just putting in the numbers to determine which boxes we open tonight versus which ones will be opened the next go round. We're just going to hit random one time. First 5 numbers that come up will be the 5 we open tonight. So it gives us 2, 5, 1, 8, and 9. So 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9 tonight. Well, maybe I can get that picked up. All right, give me 1 second to put these others back in their case, and then we will get started on this tonight. So we're looking for 2 on-card autographs per box in Gypsy Queen. And there are also some variations and some parallels that we can find. There's, we should find within the case a couple of Jackie Robinson Day parallels. Those are, of course, when all the players wear the number 42 to honor Jackie Robinson. And there's one player, I have to think who it is. I can't remember who it is, but there's one player that is shown in the number 42, but isn't the Jackie Robinson Day variation, which is super weird. Then there are also variations for capless variations. And like our Jackie Robinson Day, there's one player who's seen without his cap. He's actually holding his batting helmet in his hand. And that one is also not amongst the variations, so odd. But both of those should fall 1 or 2 per case if you just look strictly at the odds. Outside of that, there are some bazooka backs. Those are different this year. Last year, those were SSPs. This year, they are not. This year, they are parallels, not variations, and there's a whole set of them. Trevor Story is, for the Rockies, is our Glassworks box topper out of the first box. And I always have to double check these because sometimes these things are numbered and I don't notice that they are, but on that particular one I don't think it is. There are other variations we can find. One of them, of course, is the black border. There's another that has where the Gypsy Queen logo is replaced by a lady's face. Trying to think what the others are. There are more variations. One of the more rare ones is to find the wrong team name intentionally printed on one, like Aaron Judge and the regular card, except instead of saying Yankees, saying Red Sox. Oh, hi. I forgot to look over there at chat. I got all excited about opening these because I haven't looked at them yet myself. I forgot to look at chat. T. Cassidy says, good luck to everybody. And good luck back to you as well, T. Cassidy. And Chris Rossetti says, there is a lot to ship out of these. You are correct. There is a tremendous amount to ship out for this. And, oh, are you saying that our box topper was numbered and I missed it? Hang on. Let's get it back over here then. I can never find the number on these things if they are numbered, when they are numbered. I always have to see it a couple of times, but I don't see the number on this. Do you see it on there somewhere? I'm sure if you did, I mean, I guess you did because you said that it was, but I am not seeing it. I guess I'm just like completely, oh, it's on the back. I was looking on the front. There it is, 2 of 25. Duh, thank you. Good catch, Chris. I last year, weren't those numbered on the front last year? I think they were. And so, hence, I was looking on the front. And now I just see it pops up in chat and says on the back. Yeah, I found it. Thank you. There's a slight delay, as you can tell, in chat from when you type it in and when it pops up on my side. So, yes, I did finally, in my little blind search there, find the thing. Oh, and now I see that Steven jumped in there and so did T. Cassidy. So you guys were all trying to help me out. Tell me it was on the back. I don't know. Last year, I think they were on the front. And for whatever reason, that's where I just expected it to be this year. So there you go. Live and learn. And of course, we're going to find loads and loads of base cards in here. And whenever we find loads and loads of base cards, I go through them at a pretty good little clip most of the time. And especially on a first sort, when I'm first looking through them, if I go past a short print or something that you guys catch that I haven't mentioned, please do jump into chat and let me know. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to spot them, you know, go through a break or two. So Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers is our first hit out. And that is one of 2 on-card autographs that we should find here as we go along. And this is the one I was talking about that looks like it is a capless version. He's got his cap in his hand, not on his head. But this is not coded or listed as one of the variations for the capless. That is actually Justin Upton's base card. So that is one that would look like it should be something, but really it isn't. Chris Davis, numbered to 50. On our black and white parallel. That, of course, is for the A's. And to go back to talking again a moment about if we're lucky enough to find one that is a variation that lists the wrong team name on it, well, obviously in that case, it's going to go to the correct team, even if the variation lists the wrong team, because that is, you know, what the variation is. So I would figure you guys all know that, but just in case someone doesn't. Because normally, of course, it would go to the team printed on the card, except in the case where it was an intentional error. And we have already found our second autograph, so we found them both pretty quickly, and it is also for the Brewers. So, Milwaukee, if you had bought this box at retail, you'd be super happy right now. And that is Lewis Brinson. And Chris is asking me, is Stanton a Marlin or a Yankee in this set? You know what? I did not look that up on the checklist, so I don't know. I'm going to assume that he's probably a Yankee in here, but until we find one, I can't tell you that 100% for sure. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye out for that. King of Wands, that's just an insert for the Rays. Kevin Kiermaier. And as I said, sometimes, especially when I'm first going through a product like we are tonight, because this just came out today and I didn't buy any extra. There is Stanton. He is a Yankee, so as expected, they do have him correctly carded with the Yankees in here. So if you see something go by that I have not caught as we were going through, please jump in and let me know. After I go through them a couple times, I'm much more likely to see it right off the bat. So our Fortune Teller Minis, we're going to find a handful of those. This one is Carlos Correa for the Astros, and there are variations of that which could be autographed. So we may find some autographed Fortune Teller Minis if we get lucky. And you know, Chris, sometimes in these sets, they might have a player in both teams. You know, obviously his base card, we saw Stanton is definitely a Yankee. I would say if we found any autograph hits or things, they would most likely be for the Yankees as well. But sometimes there'll be inserts or other things where they might show a player in a prior uniform as well. Panini does that a lot, probably a little more than Topps does, but it's possible. And last year with the Moncada trade, there were some Topps products that had him both ways, that the autograph would be for the Red Sox, but the base card would be for the White Sox. Because they had the autos, you know, already signed before the trade happened, and then they printed the base cards after the trade happened. So all kinds of interesting things can happen, but that was far enough back when that happened that I figured it would probably end up being the Yankees. Corey Seager and our Fortune Teller Mini, which is not really much of a mini, but kind of a mini. Not our traditionally sized mini, anyway. There's so much to look for on each one of these right now. Just like, I know I'm going a little slower at the moment, but that's partially because I'm really wanting to get a better look at some of this stuff myself, since it's the first time it's been in my hands as well. I guess that's just a regular, it looked kind of like it ought to be a variation, but I don't guess that it is. But this is an insert. Kenley Jansen for the Dodgers. Another insert, Cody Bellinger, also the Dodgers. Basically, those are just, you know, making like a little deck of tarot cards, essentially. That's what's happening with that. Now, here is one of our capless variations. Francisco Lindor. So that is actually, should actually be a short print variation. These do definitely get faster as we go along. More so, you know, starting with the second break when I've had more time to familiarize myself with everything. It's a little harder on the first break to try to remember it all, get it all locked in my head. So Joey Gallo, you can see there's a variation because there's no team name there. Of course, he's a Ranger, but I mean, that is what the variation is on that, is that the team was blank on the front. And there is the variation where the Gypsy Queen logo is replaced by the lady's face that I was talking about at the first of the break. So another little SP variation there. Fortune Teller Mini. No, Syndergaard for the Mets. And this, I'm going to assume, is probably the capless variations number. Let me check something. I mean, it looks like it should be, but yet the code on the back doesn't totally match that. So I'm not 100% sure on this. This may be, may not be. Let me see if I can find the, hang on one second. I think I have up what it should say. Oh, maybe I don't, and I just thought I did. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, it should end in 67 if it's technically the capless variation. And so I don't think that one did end in 67. So I guess this is, yeah, it ended in 29, which is the base card. So I guess that's another variation, or one that looks like it should be a capless variation, but isn't. Like the other one that we knew was one. So there's Tyler Glasnow, once again, with the team name blank on the front. Variation on that one for the Pirates. I need to stack these in some way that makes more sense. So hang on one second here. I'm trying to just keep this organized so we can look at just our short prints and things at the end of the break without it being too difficult. Kenley Jansen to 250. Now, where did the other number there? Those little fortune tellers, man, they always want to slide out of there. At least they're a little bit bigger this year than they were last year. Last year they were the worst about trying to slide right out of the pack when you had them in your hand. All right, so that is first box all loaded up. Let's see what we've got here in the second one. I always forget that I have to cut the seal on these. Seems like just last week that we were opening up 2017 Gypsy Queen, doesn't it? I mean, it seemed like it should be possible that we're already a year down the road. Buster Posey for the Giants is our box topper here. And these are a nice heavy weight this year. I think they're a little heavier weight than they were last year even. So they're a little sturdier, in my opinion, than they've been in the past. I think, though, that they'll still fit in the 5x7 sleeves and top loaders that I keep really just for the Gypsy Queen box loaders, so they look like they should still fit in that, so it shouldn't be a problem to get them to you safely without having to cut up a bunch of cardboard, which is the other alternative. Tarot insert. Cabrera for the Royals, blank team name on the front. For the Dodgers, Sandy Koufax. And that is number 59 on the back, so I'm not sure what the variation is on that, if it's just a general short print maybe. Just rearranging some things over there. Area off to my right also has mats in it. Mats on it. That's where I'm setting all of these cards. That's the area that I use for sorting. It's just farther down the table, but it's nice and safe and cozy over there for your cards as well. And I can keep them in smaller stacks and keep them out of the work area. We don't have to worry about anything strange happening to them. Fortune teller for Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. Tucker Barnhart for my little Cincinnati Reds. Although, oh yeah, there we go. It's the lady's face instead of, had to think about that a minute, instead of the Gypsy Queen logo down here at the bottom. A mini Mike Trout for the Angels. Jake Arrieta for the Cubbies. Blank team name on the front. So I guess they didn't have much choice but to put him back in with the Cubs. He wasn't even signed, I'm sure, by the time they printed these. To 250 for the Phillies. Haven't found either of our signatures yet out of this box, so somewhere in these last packs stacked over there, we should have a couple of autographs waiting for us. No, that's not. I saw the 4. I had to stop and make sure that wasn't the Jackie Robinson Day. To 250 for the Astros, McCullers. It's another tarot card parallel or insert. Mike Trout, Angels. And another for the Angels tarot insert. Well, the last box, our signatures came out right at the top, and this box, they're hanging out right until the bitter end. A reversal of fortune, so to speak. I love Gypsy Queen, though. I've got a friend who says, I don't like Gypsy Queen at all. Like, I don't get why you like it. I don't really know exactly why I like it either. I can't really explain it other than it just has kind of a cool, just has a cool design to it. It's just a different feel from the typical cards. I've always liked it. There's a mini on the back. I'm going to grab it at the same time before it tries to slide away from us. Amed Rosario for the Mets on that one. And the second one, Manny Machado, Orioles. There was a Rosario base rookie that just went by there. Luis Severino for the Yankees, and that is the lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo. Oh, and I saw 4 again, but that was 48. For the Diamondbacks is our signature here. Anthony Banda. We should have one more signature, though. We've only found, that's the only one we found in this box so far. So there should be another one coming up here in a hot second. There it is. Minnesota Twins with Zach Granite. That one really hung on to the end. It was like 4 cards from the bottom of the pile, on the bottom of the box. Get another little set of sleeves out, and we're going to bust into box 3 of 5 tonight. The other thing I like about Gypsy Queen is we usually have some good some good rookie autographs in here, and I like the fact that they're all on card, and you can usually get them maybe easier, I think, sometimes in this product than in some other Topps products. I mean, last year we pulled a ton of Aaron Judge out of Gypsy Queen. Or I did anyway. I guess everybody else did too. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. Our little Glassworks box topper. Yeah, I was trying to take a look trying to remember, rather, what all the odds are on the various possibilities for the variations, but I couldn't retain it. I know there are some of them that I had calculated were less than like 1 every 30 or 40 cases, so some of them are super, super hard pulls. Others, you know, should show up a couple of times per case. J.P. Crawford for the Phillies, and Oh, that variation on that is the position up there as opposed to the P for the Phillies, I guess, maybe. And then also the lady's face at the bottom. So it looked like a couple of variations on that one if I looked at it correctly. Mini Gary Sanchez, Yankees. In fact, let's just see if there's more minis that want to, like... Last year they would kind of shake loose. This year I don't think they will, if they're in there. Because they're bigger this year. Last year they were small enough they would kind of shake out of there if you did that. Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox and Lady's Face. And again, the position is up there in the corner. Or maybe the position is always in the corner up there. I guess it is, and I just wasn't paying attention to it. So it was just the lady's face on the other one. It just takes me a minute. I told you when I'm looking at it the first time, it takes me a minute. I admit it. Carlton Fisk, and what is the variation on this? It's in there like it should be a variation, but what is the variation is the question. We're going to, as soon as I set these down, I'm going to look at the code list and see if I can figure out what that is. It doesn't really say, but it's definitely something going on with that one. Maybe it's, oh, could that be the wrong team? Yeah, that's probably the wrong team. Did Carlton Fisk ever play for the White Sox? Maybe he did. Yeah, he did. Okay, so that's not it. I guess. Because, yeah, he did. All right, I just forgot that he played for the White Sox. So there for a minute I was thinking that was it, but that's not it either. Chris says legend. I mean, maybe. I don't know. The code on it is 59, but I don't know. I can't figure out what the exact variation is, but I think it is some type of variation. I just don't know what. I'm sure I'll be able to track it down and figure it out later. I just thought if I could quickly find it on that page that I bookmarked while we were here in the midst of the break, then I would say what it was. But since I couldn't, then the answer is I don't know exactly what the variation is. I just see that it should be one, or it is one. Fortune teller Chris Davis for the A's. Oh, I see a redemption coming. Oh, but it's a good one, at least. Oh, and it's an autographed garment. Chris Bryant. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very cool. So, I'll go to the checklist. We'll look that up, but we know that's the Chicago Cubs. But I still always go to the checklist and verify those sorts of things at the end of every break. My gosh, I just looked over and saw what I thought was a spider going up the wall, and it flipped me out, but it actually wasn't a spider. It was just, it was actually, I think, a piece of the cat's fur. And how it got on the side of the wall, I am not quite sure. So they must have gotten into a little tussle earlier. I just caught it out of the side of my eye, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's a spider going up the wall. No, not so much. Trey Mancini for the Orioles. And a little Clayton Kershaw Tarot insert for the Dodgers. There's probably close to the same number of cards in a half case of Gypsy Queen as there is in the half case of Heritage. There's slightly more in Heritage, but for some reason when I'm sorting it, it seems like Gypsy Queen sorts 10 times faster. It really doesn't. There's really probably like a 20-minute difference. But it just seems like it's so much faster to sort Gypsy Queen. I don't know why. Marcus Stroman for the Blue Jays. Tarot insert. I kind of like the tarot card vibe going on in there this year. Alex Bregman, numbered to 250. I have a decent amount of Gypsy Queen. I think I got 4 or 5 cases of it. I can't remember which, because some came today and some more is coming tomorrow. One incoming shipment got delayed by a day. Because it was my fault. Because I forgot to follow up with him. I sent my rep a note and said, hey, you know, when you send this, do this, please. And then he sent me a message back, and I had gone out and left my phone laying on the table. By the time I got back, I saw the message. I had missed the shipping. Clint Frazier, and this one's numbered to 250 on our little Gypsy Queen mini. That one for the Yankees. So, yeah. So, usually it all comes on the same day, but because I stupidly ran out of the house without my phone the other day, one set's coming tomorrow. J.P. Crawford for the Phillies. But Inception got moved. I guess most of you have probably heard me say that by now. So Inception, which would have been coming out, I think, next week, isn't at all coming out next week or even this month, or apparently not even next month. Carlos Correa for the Astros, and that is the blank team name is the variation on it. So that's kind of a bummer because I always like Inception being towards the first of the year. But it's not going to be this year. For the Angels, and we're all going, why couldn't it have been Ohtani? But it isn't. It's Parker Bridwell. So Angels, you still got a hit, but not probably the hit you want. Well, at least not yet, you don't. Sometimes you never know. You get the unexpectedly good rookies, and then you go back and say, oh, yeah, I definitely am glad I have that. Seems like it happens at least once or twice every year. Numbered to 50, we have a little Dansby Swanson black and white for the Atlanta Braves. Now, I'm going to look at this and that other Carlton Fisk. Although this is a variation because it has a lady's head down there on it. But I want to compare it to this other Carlton Fisk and see if I can figure out what in the heck the difference is. If there even is. Maybe the other one is just the base, but it's coded differently. Well, they both say 59. So I don't know. Maybe the other one is not. Maybe the other one isn't anything. Maybe it is the base for Carlton Fisk, but this one is definitely a variation because it's the lady's head. So the first Carlton Fisk, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just an insert. Like Chris said, just, you know, legend insert or something. But that's the kind of stuff I'll have a much better feel for by the time we do the second part of the break, because by then, of course, we will have done all of this one, and also I will have sorted all of this one, which will give me even a second chance to look at everything. So I'll probably know the answer to that question by the time we get to the next break. Glassworks here is Jose Altuve for the Astros, and it is numbered to 150. So it's nice to have pulled a couple of them that are numbered out of our box toppers. I don't want to forget about that Chris Bryant redemption, so we go check it out. Of course, they don't give you what it's going to be numbered to, or if it's going to be numbered on the Topps website, typically on their checklist. Panini's will, which is one of the things that I like about the way Panini does theirs, is that you can go in and see what your card will be numbered to just right there from the checklist, but not the case with Topps. Tarot insert Marcus Stroman again for the Blue Jays. I don't really know why I'm putting all those in sleeves, other than I guess they're just because they're inserts. Why not? Fortune Teller Mini Bradley Zimmer, Indians. On a Devers base card went by, base rookie. To 250, Moncada, White Sox. Honus Wagner for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that's another like the George Brett that we found earlier that I'm not quite entirely sure what the deal is with it. If it's a variation, if it's just some type of a short print, but it is something, I imagine, because it was turned around the opposite way. So into a sleeve it goes, and I will investigate it further and hopefully know what it represents by the next time we do a break. Bettenses for the Yankees. Fortune Teller Mini. So did anybody see the Zay Jones thing I was talking about earlier that TMZ had? He went kind of nuts last night and was wandering around in the hallway, I guess where his brother's girlfriend lives or something. His brother was there too, as was the girlfriend, Daniel Murphy for the Nationals. But he was out in the hallway completely naked, like fighting with his brother, Travis Jankowski. And that is the lady's face in place of the Gypsy Queen logo, bottom left. And I don't know what was going on with the guy, man, but he seemed kind of not in good shape. And apparently, this part wasn't in the video, but apparently he then ran down the hallway and tried to kick out a glass window and partially kicked it out. And then was, I guess, going to try to jump out the window or something, but his brother managed to restrain him and keep him from going out the window, which is a good thing. But that's kind of messed up. Dallas Keuchel. That is the lady's face. Astros. Like, I feel kind of bad for the guy, because something was clearly not right with him last night. And of course, in today's world, when you have a breakdown or a meltdown or whatever exactly happened to him last night, there's always somebody with a camera. So sometimes even if you're not famous, it's going to go viral. When you are famous, you better believe it. I think it's got to be very hard to be a well-known person in today's society with everybody with a camera in their hand all the time, because we all have our cell phones. Except for the day I left mine on the table. Giancarlo for the Yankees. And we have a hit for the Nationals, Andrew Stevenson. And we've got a couple things going on with it. Of course, it's his rookie. It's an on-card. And you've also got the lady's face up there at the top, as opposed to the Gypsy Queen logo. So it's a little bit of a short print type stitch as well. And it is numbered to 99. So the Nats had a nice little hit there. So I'm hoping maybe we find one of the Jackie Robinson days in here in this last little bit. Well, we've got one box and this bit left. There's not a case guarantee per se, but when you kind of just do the math on how often it tells you they appear, once every X number of packs, it seems like it should fall roughly twice a case most of the time. Nice little Austin Hayes rookie for the Orioles with the blank team name is our variation on that one. Clayton Kershaw again for the Dodgers. Of course, just because there should be, by mathematical equation, 2 per case doesn't necessarily mean that there will be. Nor does it mean that they would have fallen 1 and 1. They could both fall in the same half of the case and all that as well. But Scott Schebler for my Cincinnati Reds to 50, black and white. But I always like it better if they are, if they will kind of split themselves up like that when you do half cases. Fortune Teller Mini Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Milwaukee is cleaning up tonight. My goodness, here's another hit for the Brewers. Isn't this their third one? I feel like it is. Brett Phillips. Of course, we will recap all of our autograph hits and our numbered cards at the end of the break. But just off the top of my head, it seems like that's like the third one for the Brewers. Now here's a Bazooka Back again. Bazooka Back last year were all SSPs. This year they are not SSPs. They're an entire parallel set. So there's a whole set of Bazooka Backs, which should appear a little more frequently than they did last year. And there's also some degree of rarity with them, and I would have to look it up, in that the lower number ones, the lower number cards in the Bazooka Parallel are easier to find than the higher numbered cards in the Bazooka Parallel, if I'm remembering that correctly. But yeah, not a variation this year, not an SSP, but a whole entire parallel set of them. Our last Glassworks Chrome box topper for tonight is Noah Syndergaard for the Mets. I always wonder what happens to those, like if you are the owner of a brick and mortar hobby store. Like, what do they do with those when they first, I mean, I guess they probably just keep them, right? Because if you're opening it up to sell by the pack, I guess you're probably just keeping the box toppers. I don't know. Of course, I guess they probably sell some by the full box as well. I'm sure there's plenty of people that come in and buy the full box. Probably actually more that buy the full box than buy the packs. This should be our capless variation for Yuli Gurriel for the Astros. That's how my hair looks when I get out of bed in the morning, stand straight up. Osuna for the Blue Jays, blank team name. We're actually making pretty good time tonight, especially considering we did some National Treasures at the top of the break. A fortune teller mini Bettinses again for the Yankees. I think we already pulled one of his, if I'm remembering right. So I think we've got maybe a pair of Bettinses in the fortune tellers. Garcia, White Sox, numbered to 10. Very nice low number, 10 of 10. Of course, I always wish our super low numbered ones are rookies. I guess we all wish that, but still nice to hit 1 to 10. Fortune teller Daniel Murphy, Nationals. Oakland A's with Dustin Fowler. It's our on-card auto hit right there. Tried to find out today when Gold Rush is going to have more autographed baseball jerseys. I love to break their baseball jerseys. They're my favorite ones to do. But they don't have them year-round. They very seldom last even into the fall. They're usually gone. So I called them today because it seems like they should be out already. I said, oh, we're close. We'll let you know. So hopefully in another couple of weeks we'll be able to get back to breaking some more baseball jerseys from Gold Rush. We might do some more hit parade in the meantime, but my Cincinnati Reds got a hit. Yay, Adam Duvall. And of course, again, even though that's both of our hits out of this box, when we finish up, I will go deal with the redemption just to verify it. We know it's going to be the Cubs, but we'll put it on screen so that everybody can see that. And then I will recap our numbered cards and our autographed cards. And finally, at the end of all of that, I will put up the shipping info spreadsheet stuff again. Because, you know, a lot of times people watch it later. You're not watching it in real time. So when you go back and you're watching the recorded version, if you're anything like me, and I'd say most of you probably would do this, you just scroll to the end if you know there's going to be a recap. That's what I do. Giancarlo for the Yankees. So I do always try to recap everything at the end of each individual break. Unless, you know, like if it's a one card thing, obviously you don't have to recap one card or one item because, yeah, there's just the one. But outside of that, yeah, we recap it. Excuse me, Aaron Judge, Yankees. A fortune teller mini, Bradley Zimmer, Indians. Fortune teller Aaron Judge again. Just a few packs left to go. Maybe we'll find another variation or parallel or short print or something in these last few packs. James McCann for the Tigers. And that is the lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo, bottom left. Roger Clemens, Red Sox. Wow, look how young he looks right there. Well, in comparison, anyway. Every time I see a 2 or a 4 on a uniform, it catches my eye for a second. I'm trying to make sure it's not Jackie Robinson's 42. Bryce Harper, Nationals. Austin Hedges to 250. Padres. Perdomo, Padres. Lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo. And Tucker Barnhart was the last out. Okay, we're going to go take a look at this first. Autograph garment, Chris Bryant. We know it's the Cubs, but we're going to put it on the screen so that everybody can see it. And that's in a sleeve, so I didn't write directly on your redemption. I wrote on the sleeve in case that freaks somebody out, because it did freak somebody out once, actually, that I wrote on their redemption card. All right, let's bring up our Gypsy Queen checklist here. Hopefully, yeah, I was making sure it brought you the same place I was. And we've got to find autographed garment category. That's a short printed base cards. Oh, maybe that'll answer our question. Okay, so the Sandy Koufax is a short printed base. So is the Roger Clemens. Where was the other one we had a question about a minute ago? The Carlton Fisk. Okay, so there we go. That answers that question. They are all base cards, but short printed base cards. So there we go. 301 to 320. Autographed garments, Kris Bryant, there he is. And of course, we knew he was going to be a Cub, but now it's all nice and official. And we got a little bonus information by figuring out what in the world was going on with those players. Now we know they're short printed base cards. So to recap, we have the Redemption, Kris Bryant, Cubs, autographed garment. For the Reds, Adam Duvall. Dustin Fowler for the A's. Brett Phillips, Milwaukee Brewers. This, again, is a short print because it's got the lady's face instead of the logo up there. And this is Andrew Stevenson /99 for the Nationals. For the Angels, we have Parker Bridwell. Zach Granite for the Twins. For the Arizona Diamondbacks, Anthony Banda. Brewers, Lewis Brinson. And Brewers, Brandon Woodruff. Our numbered cards are right here. So I know a bunch of you are probably getting ready to take off or have maybe already taken off. So if you're heading out the door, thank you once again. I do appreciate you breaking and bidding with me, chatting with me. We are going to do the back half of this case on Friday night. So if you want to get in on the rest of the case, come back and bid with me on it for Friday night. Of course, there's other stuff going on in the meantime, but if you're specifically after Gypsy Queen, that's the next time I'm breaking it. And then we'll break it again on into next week. We'll throw a little heritage in between, of course. Now, our short printed cards. I think, was George Brett on that list too? I'm going to assume he probably was. I think he probably was. There's Roger Clemens. We know for sure he was. And Honus Wagner. The Carlton Fisk, and then we had another Carlton Fisk, which I'll show up, I guess, in here in a minute, that had the variation on it as well. So there's the Perdomo. The variation is the lady's face. Ditto McCann. Blank team name, Osuna. Capless variation for Yuli Gurriel. And why do I have this one in here? Why is Corey Kluber in here? I don't really know. Oh, because of the bazooka back. There we go. Now I know why. That is blank team name for Austin Hayes. The lady's face for Dallas Keuchel. Lady's face for Jankowski. Lady's face for Carlton Fisk. So he is a short printed base card and has the extra variation on this one of having the face replace the logo. Carlos Correa, blank team name. Benintendi, the face. J.P. Crawford, rookie for the Phillies with the face. Luis Severino, Yankees, the face. Arrieta, Cubs, blank team name. Tucker Barnhart, the lady's face. Sandy Koufax, that is a short printed base card. Melky Cabrera for the Royals, blank team name. Joey Gallo for the Rangers, blank team name. Tyler Glasnow for the Pirates, blank team name. The Ben Gamel for the Mariners, the lady's face. And the capless variation, Francisco Lindor for the Indians. And that is our recap for tonight. And as promised, I will put up the spreadsheet information again here just in case you're watching it later or you missed it earlier. You can have a look here at your anticipated shipping date, which is Saturday. It can always be a day earlier or a day later. In this case, I doubt I would make earlier. It could possibly slide to Monday, but I don't really think so. I think it'll be Saturday. And one more quick look at the things listed in the days ahead, just in case you wanted to know about when Gypsy Queen is up again. It's Friday. Then on Sunday is Heritage Baseball. And, of course, we've got lots of basketball and football mixed in there as well. That is for the next 5 days, what is listed on eBay. And that is it for tonight. So I hope you have a great rest of your night and a good day tomorrow with whatever you might be doing, work, school, etc. And until next time, take care. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.